Hi there. I just want to do a quick video on doing pressure conversions. You've done a lot of conversions throughout chemistry throughout this year, so I think a lot of you have it down pretty good and could probably figure this out on your own. But I just want to do a few examples just to show you just in case you're stuck. Um, and I'll do example one, example two on this worksheet. If you look at the top here, highlighted in blue are a whole bunch of different pressure units. Pressure has a lot of different units that you might use in different contexts. Um, the weather people use one unit. The people in some industry might use a different unit. Um, so it's important to be able to convert between units for pressure. This first unit, ATM, stands for atmospheres. Atmospheres is essentially the pressure of our atmosphere pushing down on us on a normal day at sea level. 101.3 kPa is equal to 1 atmosphere. kPa stands for kilopascals, which is the international standard unit. So if I wanted to talk about gas pressure to somebody in Russia and Japan and Australia at the same time, I would use kPa and everybody know what I'm talking about. mmHg stands for millimeters of mercury. And the way barometers work is basically it's a big long tube of some sort of liquid in a dish of water, and when the atmospheric pressure pushes down on the dish of water, it pushes the liquid up into the tube. Or if it's low pressure, the weather system coming in is a low pressure weather system, it won't push down on the dish of water as much, and the water level in the tube will go down. And millimeters of mercury refers to a mercury barometer. And the tube with the liquid, in this case mercury, has little marks on it, kind of like the burette for our titration lab. And they measure it and they can see how the atmospheric pressure is changing. Torr is basically equivalent to mmHg, millimeters of mercury. Pounds per inches squared, you may see that on your car tires or bike tires as PSI, pounds per square inch. It means the same thing, pounds per inches squared or pounds per square inch, PSI. And the last one, 33.9 feet of H2O. That's if your barometer is using water as the liquid instead of mercury. Basically, they're all pressure units, and you need to be able to convert between them. So, just like any conversion, I'm going to do question number one here. First thing I do is I write the starting number, 240 point torr times blank line. Torr, starting unit, remember starting unit always goes on the bottom. And in this case, I'm trying to convert that into atmospheres. So I'm going to put ATM on top. And then I just go up to my equality here, and in front of atmosphere, oops, I got a 1. So I'm going to put a 1 here. In front of torr, I've got 760. So I'm going to put a 760 here. And then all I do is do the math. 240 times 1, which I don't really have to do, divided by 760. So remember, starting number times the top number, divide by the bottom number, gives you your answer. And I get 0.31578, blah, blah, blah. If I look at my starting number, I got 3 sig figs, so 0.316, because the 7 makes the 5 round up. Torr cancels torr, and I'm left with atmospheres. So that would be my final answer. 0.316 atmospheres. One thing I want to point out about all these, this equality up here, some people get confused and they think, okay, if I'm trying to go from torr to atmospheres, first I got to go to mmHg, then I got to go to kPa, then I got to go to, the last step is to atmospheres. It doesn't work that way. They're all equal to each other, so the order doesn't matter. So I can skip around. I can convert atmospheres right into feet of H2O. It's not like I got to do all these intermediate steps in between. I will quickly do question number 2 here as another example. Again, I just write my starting number, which is 1550 millimeters of mercury times blank line. Starting unit, whatever that may be, in this case it's mmHg, millimeters of mercury, that goes on the bottom. Whatever I'm looking for, and it says the question here says to convert it into atmospheres, so I'm going to put atmospheres. And then I just get my numbers from the equality again. Atmospheres is 1. mmHg, 760. And I do that. 1550 times 1, again, which I don't really have to do, divided by 760. And I want 3 sig figs because 1550 has 3 sig figs. I should get an answer of 2.04, or you should get an answer if you did that on your own. Atmospheres, because mmHg, cancel. So you've done this before. The numbers are different, the units are different, but the process is just the same as any other conversion. Starting number with the unit times blank line. Starting unit goes in the bottom. The unit you're looking for goes on top. And then you just got to look up at your equality, and whatever number's in front of the unit up here goes in front of the unit down in your fraction. If you have any questions on that, stop by. There is a practice quiz. I guess 10 points or 10 questions, all on different pressure conversions. So if you have any questions on that, if you get stuck on something, don't understand something, stop by.